Good morning, we are Team A and we are taking a stand on online classes. The COVID-19 pandemic brought a dynamic shift in the education system for Venezuela. The imposition of lockdown led to the shutdown of physical classrooms, and thus online education became the new norm. However, we as ucabistas, and with our current pandemic climate, are not ready to come back to in-person classes, and most importantly, online classes are the future of education. First of all, you can learn from anywhere. The biggest advantage of signing up for online classes is that you can literally learn from anywhere you like. There is no compulsion on you to go to a physical classroom or have the burden or any of the prerequisites of other than having your tablet or your PC with you along with a good internet connection. It's true freedom.
Second of all, the flexibility. This is one of the main highlights of online classes. It allows students to access to reading material and online videos, and since they have that material, they can attend lectures at any given time without any additional pressure.
Finally, there's most definitely easier attendance. As ucabistas, if you don't live in Caracas, such as myself, you know how difficult it can be to get to classes due to the geographical differences. Online classes, however, in case attending, and it's as simple as opening up your computer. I can learn from the comfort of my home in Barquisimeto.
Good morning, we are Team B taking a stand on in-person classes for the UCAP. Hello! Although online classes has managed to keep education alive in desired times, it cannot completely replace in-person classes. Offline education is the traditional counterpart to online education and the original and better method of learning that allows students to have a regular face-to-face interaction with their friends and teachers. First of all, in-person learning supports students with forming stronger connections. Study shows that socializing and developing friendship helps students learn more about themselves, helps them build empathy and form lasting relationships with peers. The CDC released a statement earlier this summer highlighting the importance of in-person connection for the developing of students. When students are in the same physical setting, making connections feels more natural and is unquestionably easier to reach out to classmates and teachers alike.
On the other hand, in-person learning creates a stronger academic experience for students. Research shows that students learn more when they're in person at school. Students receive more direct and personalized learning experience that keep them from falling behind. Cooperate is key in a learning environment.
Finally, in-person learning suits different learning styles. Every student has a different learning style, such as visual, who retain information better if they can watch the demonstration of an idea. Auditory learners, who are at their best when they can hear information. Reading, writing. Her children learn best when using the reading word by taking notes. Kinetic learners, or children who learn with hands-on experience. Being together in a classroom along a teacher to give each student according to their unique ability.
Regarding the idea of friendship and making stronger connections, we now live by the power of social media that offers us plenty of opportunities. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Twitter are already the cornerstones of interaction for friends. In fact, a third of the 76% of teenagers who use social media say that they spend time with their friends through social media every day nowadays. So connecting with classmates through these online platforms is a great way to build those deeper relationships. And it's a real thing. One thing doesn't take away the other.
On the other hand, even though offline classes give out a stronger academic experience for students that is more in-depth with them, we cannot rule out the fact that when you attend offline classes, you attend in-person classes, there's always going to be the possibility that you cannot attend the 100% of the classes that you have. And you cannot bring back those classes, you cannot see them again. And even though you can borrow some notes from their friends in class, you cannot watch it again. So that possibility is available for online classes when you can watch videos of the class or watch the lecture that has been recorded.
Finally, I totally agree with the fact that being together in a classroom allows a teacher to guide each student according to their unique abilities, whether it's a visual or whatever. But guys, have you considered the fact of the commuting expenses? UCAP it's a far even for people in Caracas, and since I live in Barquisimeto, I would have to find a way to make it to classes on time and find the money for the gas if I travel by car.
We know that the biggest advantage of signing up for online classes is that you can literally learn from anywhere you like. However, there are strong changes that your home is probably full of distractions, such as screaming siblings, requests from your parents, or the ever-present pressure of having Netflix and video games in your direct line of sight. So, it might be a challenge to stay focused on your classes.
Likewise, even though the flexibility that online classes offers ensure it allows students to have access to recorded videos and online reading materials. However, not everyone has access to computers and those technologies. Despite the booming growth in technological capabilities, the rise of students with lack of computers still exists. This means that a certain group of ucabistas will have a major trouble in accessing online classes as an educational method.
As a closing statement, it's fair to say that there will be easy attendance, but there are also very strong chances that cheating probation during online assessment will result complicated. Compared to on-campus students, online students can cheat on assessments more easily as they take assessments in their own environment and while using their personal computer.
Now, do you guys think that Locab is ready for offline classes?
Right now, honestly we don't. We know that UCAB is very careful with COVID and with the rising of the recent Omicron, but that doesn't mean that online classes will become the norm. We have to experience the full university and ucabista experience. We need to go back to the campus because there's nothing like in-person classes. But in our current climate, we are most definitely not ready to come back, but at some point we will. Online classes are great, but they are not the future and they will not replace in-person classes, at least not anytime soon.
Knowing our stand on online classes and knowing the effectiveness that they have, how can you say that they're not the future of education?
It's well known that online education is gaining more and more popularity thanks to the use of technologized applied education. However, many experts agree that face-to-face education remains the best educational experience for excellence. Greek thinkers such as Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates were convinced that in order to study and learn, people had to meet in the same place to discuss and share ideas. Our need to socialize with other human beings makes the educational experience deeper. We are mostly sure that online classes are the future, but we are not in the future right now. And being a new trend, many of us have a hard time adapting to this modality due to various factors.
How can online classes prevent ucabistas from experiencing signs of social isolation due to the lack of human communication in their life and the fact that we tend to spend much of our time online?
One option is to encourage socially isolated students to get involved in activities that give them an opportunity to socialize with others. The activities recommended will depend on the student's area of their interest or talents. Another opinion is for teachers to develop groups projects that students work outside class.
How can ucabistas avoid distraction from their home while online?
That has an easy solution. What about if everyone just turns the camera on? That will be that will give out a more face-to-face experience, and in that case, it won't happen the very common case of turning off the camera and going out for a snack, even sleeping or watching memes in your phone. That is so common for online students. So if all ucabistas would turn on their cameras, then they will engage more with the class, and the probability of them getting distracted or paying attention to anything that isn't the class is going to be really low.
Online classes are the best for the ucabistas. We can literally learn from anywhere we like. It allows students to set their own learning speeds without any additional pressure, and there has been easier attendance in a while.
In the end, we still think that fully online classes are the next step in higher education. After all, pretty much every other aspect of our lives is online, so why not school? There's no need to be skeptical about online education. It's hard to understand the notion of leaving behind the conventional classroom, especially if it's to face the vast pace called the internet.
However, I don't think that's reason enough to shy away from this alternative that has been proven to be so useful for many students and also sensitive to their time management. You can watch it as learning a new skill. As an ucabista myself, I think many ucabistas can identify as adaptable, and learning this new skill can improve their professional life.
Ucabistas should come back to campus and come back to in-person classes. In-person learning supports students with forming stronger connection and to more organic discussions, where students can bounce ideas of one another.
In-person learning creates a stronger academic experience for students. It keeps us from falling behind. Finally, it suits different styles. Every student has a different learning style that allows a teacher to guide each student according to their unique style of learning.
Classroom teaching is important to encourage and motivate collaborative learning. Collaborative learning increases students' self-awareness about how students learn and enables them to learn more easily and effectively, transforming them into keen learners inside and beyond the classroom. Finally, we beg you not to give up in-person classes. We need to come back to the UCAB.